Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the vault. We're back with more strange antiquities. Cyrene Ward. Where's Jupiter? Constance Spader. A working ceremony takes place at the convent tomorrow. I will need a talon. Nail tips match the scarring on the cheek of the person in the sketch. Morgan's Folly. Folly's symbol can be revealed to induce a trance-like state in anyone who casts their eyes upon it, making them open to suggestion. Precautions should be taken against unwittingly looking upon this hidden symbol for too long. Where's Jupiter today? I always look forward to coming in to say hello to him. I've been working on my way through the journal, but it's heavy going. Keep coming back to these series of sketches. Does this mean anything to you? Could it relate to Prince? I've had to stop using the witch fingers on Jack Hungerford. I was worried it might end up killing him. I believe it has helped somewhat, but it still hasn't been enough to lift him from the curse. I'll take that method for myself. I need to get my thoughts in order. Wood. Dark purple gemstone. Amethyst. Coleman. Okay. Bonnie Robertson. Come back, or that Corvin's might. And I'm not taking no for an answer this time. What's behind Kalkarth? She stole my cat? Okay, 25. I'm not letting you have that cat. That's close enough, says a voice from the shadows. Give me the Corvin's might and I'll return your cat. Peer into the gloom, but I can't see anything. I can't see anyone amongst the trees. I say I should give her what she wants. But then again, I am a thaumaturge. Don't always have to do what people want. Perhaps there's a better way to find out where Jupiter is. Fuck you, I'm taking that. I focus my attention on the knife-edging hook, searching the woman's mind hurriedly. Any thought relating to Jupiter. It doesn't take long for her to realize that something is wrong. She steps out from the shadows with an enraged look on her face and lunges at me, causing me to slice wildly with the diverging hook. Her feelings of anger flow through the hook into me and scatter. She stumbles forward, confused now, and I try again, this time latching onto the swelling image of Jupiter's face, and I cut once more. I learn instantly that Jupiter is safely stowed aboard the Merry Belle, and I back away, uncertainly, feeling a complex mixture of anger and pity at the now placid woman in front of me. Merry Belle, 23. The Merry Belle is an old paddle steamer that has been in working condition for many years. There's nobody aboard, or nobody that I can see at least. So I climb over the railing and start peering through the grimy windows. As I approach the far side of the boat, I hear a desperate crying coming from behind a windowless door. I try to handle, and it opens to reveal an unimpressed cat with mismatched eyes. Jupiter. He springs from his prison into my arms. I hold him tight to my chest, and he rubs my chin with the back of his head, purring with delight. Matt Collins. I think I've been cursed. 2 weeks ago, I was quietly minding my own business in Kitty Bram when a stranger came to me. He handed me a book titled Changes of Dr. Learmonth before leaving. Something about it intrigued me, enough to take it home with me. Ever since I read the first page, I've been having terrible nightmares, and they're getting worse. Spoke to Dr. Robertson, and she sent me here. Alright, let me check. Nightmares. Sleep vessel. Nope. Let's check curses. Macross Flash, Black Heart, Poison Mine, Noctic Sight. Blackheart Curse. Nope. Noctic. Noctic Sight. Moonstone Guardian. Reaches a moonstone, cat can be considered a comforting guardian. Ascus. Allows the bear to breathe underwater. The sensation is said to be most unusual since it requires one not to breathe at all. Those that use an Ascus for extended periods of time sometimes forget to breathe once they are back on dry land and subsequently pass out. The core of the item is cold to the touch, but the ring, sometimes called the halo, stays warm. Cool and smooth, surprisingly warm. Verona Green. There's not much that can unsettle me these days, but I found something at Kelgarth Hall that I'd rather I hadn't. Cellar where found the two poor girls I came across, a bubbling black mess that was oozing from the rock itself. Seems there's a sickness under me. It's in the earth and the water, and it's spreading. I suppose it falls to me to find out where it's coming from. If it's underground, then underground's where I'll start. See if I can find anything in the catacombs. I realize now that I've been a little careless. I'm getting headaches. Sextrum. Fortnite can enhance physical strength or restore strength that has been sapped whether by exertion or by hex. They are made of stone or iron and usually take the form of a small totem. He tried to use the diverging hook on his partner as he had done himself, but he could find no part of him that had not been taken over by the infection. His partner's hands ripped at the satchel, tearing it open and sending the black casket tumbling out. Cross church? Below the moon that does not shine, there is no mark upon my shrine, and the dark, but not alone. My neighbor bears a cross of stone. Under a moon. No mark. Not alone. Find the blank tombstone without too much trouble, but there's nothing here. Feeling foolish, I begin to make my way back to the surface. Suddenly I see it tucked away in a natural crack in the wall. Rock wall, stone totem. Here's what I came for. Wandering shroud. Stone or item. Iron. Small totem. Stone. Here's detailing. Pitted. Like the mark. Is that a symbol? Strength. Still don't really know what this is. Bunch of loops. Catherine Wilpole traveled a long way searching for an eye of the forest. I've read stories of a dreer of old who would hunt in partnership with an eagle, seeing what they see soaring on the wind. I intend to rekindle this lost custom. Perhaps you know something about it? Using the index in the book, I can find a sketch of a Scanonus holding an item that looks very similar to this one. Jade gemstone. A stone nature hints at connection to the natural world. Storm of ozone and power, the scent of magic. When these vapors are inhaled deeply, they can unlock wells of anger and channel them into powerful maelstrom. This is the power of the west wind. Was he holding it? Oh yeah, he is holding something that looks like that. I was expecting to talk with Verona Green this morning, but she wasn't at home. Unusual for her. I hope she's okay. If you can spare the time, we'd appreciate your help. There's something unusual in our house. You can't miss us. We're the only detached house on Ruskin. Aubrey. Woodcutter, Pine, Church, Holbrook North, Moor. I'm greeted by a tired-looking, middle-aged woman who immediately offers me tea. Gratefully accept, enjoying the social ritual before we meander toward the point of my visit. She leads me up the stairs and into the attic. Single small window does little to dispel the gloom, but our eyes slowly adjust. When we hear the voices first, I think it's the house creaking in the wind, soft murmuring groans that seem to be coming from the walls themselves. But then I start feeling as though a conversation is happening, too quiet to make any sense of it. Too quiet. With the hearing charm, I suddenly find myself able to pick up every small sound without difficulty. Whispered voices become clear and my heart beats fast as I hear what they are saying. They are discussing a section of the wall where some of the bricks are loose. Carefully I pull them away, I reveal a small cavity. Inside, to my horror, is a human skull, its dark eyes staring lifelessly back at me. At the insistence of voices, I reach inside the cavity and my hand closes around an unusual looking item. Immediately the voices fall silent and my heightened senses are left with whooshing drumbeat of the blood being pumped around my body. Green gemstone, bronze. Raised detailing. Green. Jade. Malachite. Sight. It's either jade or malachite. Earth and nature, or sight. Considering they're in the moon shape, which is Selenic, I assume it has something to do with seeing dreams. My father's sword is a space I assume it should go, but he sold it to buy whiskey a long time ago. For whatever reason, he never did sell the sword itself. I wanted to restore it to its former glory. Alright. Shimmer is one of the things that I haven't identified. It would go in the chest? Wait. 1, 2, 3. Fit into the slot shown in sketch. Topaz and obsidian into calm rage. Does Malachite suggest foresight or staying one step ahead? Babelia. The meaning of the unusual markings on a Babelia is not clear. They resemble a magnetic field pattern, but the items themselves do not produce a magnetic field. They can be used to aid with translation of foreign texts, although they require some skill to make full use of. This ability does not transfer to spoken language. Why is there an X on it? This has a lot of symbols on it. Let's turn on its side. Thunder, fog, wind, snow, storm, rain, lightning, and then hail. I look at the steel mill in Keswick and I don't think there's a one of us hasn't stuffed a nasty bird. Anything to protect against that sort of thing. Nasty burn. Do I solve Crazy Grace? Yeah, so move it over here. Endure tense heat. Amber's Idian gemstones hint at connection to fire. Solemn Mither. 3 types of Mither. The solemn variety is considered the most powerful. It permits the drinker to forge pathways in the mind, to recall that which has been forgotten, or repair that which has been broken. It is noticeably stronger thaumic field than the other 2 types. Thanks. My wife will be relieved. Found this down the side of the counter here just now while I was waiting. Don't know if it's anything important or not. Arsenic, antimony, bismuth, magnesium, phosphorus, platinum, potassium, zinc. Alright, this looks like it's correct. Thermic lens! Alright. Thalmic field, then the other two types. Okay, restful mither. Judgment is coming. We worship the warrior not out of love, but because he is powerful. Because he demands our fear. What use is a god that you are not afraid of? Those of us who have read Holgar's teaching have known about the prophecy for a long time, and now the casket will finally be opened. It contains his final lesson for those who are ill not kneel. It contains his retribution against the sinful. It contains his divine rage. My preparations are underway to celebrate his wrath and prove our devotion. For now, a veiled fen is required. Witherance is the inverse of fortnance, sometimes put to malicious use. This can be crafted from stone, unlike fortnance, but wood is more commonly used. I don't think I have anything made of wood, but I haven't figured out. The two men fought as the heavens opened and lightning flashed across the night. One man wrested the casket from the other's grasp and leaped astride his horse, galloping off into the cold, wet darkness. When I draw back the curtain, I am unable to control my exclamation of horror. Behind the dark red velvet is a silent, squirming, seething mass of eyes, all shiny and wet and alive. Fear takes hold before my mind catches up, and I understand what I am looking at. And when I do, I realize it is looking right back at me. The object I am looking for sits on a small shelf below, and the eyes watch as I snatch it and get out of there as fast as I can. Stone. Pitted. Nothing to mark. Nothing to mark. Upside down poison? Sir Barrington, I think we finally located the wreck of the Orion out in the lake. Hey, that's me! I'm a wreck! Sadly, our funding has run out and we can't afford expensive diving equipment, but we put our heads together and wondered if there was another way. Our last hope. Has a ring. The ring is warm. Guardian Siren. Although these are similar in form to thornic needles, Guardian Sirens have a very different purpose. They create a strong compulsion, like a siren's call, that can be used to divert attention. It's one of these things. Spirit Eye has revealed more. I now know what these nameless gods are after. It's a box of some kind. They have no name for it, but they say we call it the Nilian Casket. They can feel its power and they want it for themselves. They're afraid it's going to be opened, that all its power will spill out and be wasted. Not that they care what happens to humanity in the process. I know this sounds like the ramblings of a mad old lady. I know people look at me and they see weakness and frailty, but I'm not wrong about this. Goodness me, this is all quite exciting. Is it always like this around here? Hardwick. I'm close, but I need more power. I need St. Cedric's thunder and quickly while the storm's raging. Thalmic needle. Thalmic needles are controversial items that are rarely used. They can reach into the mind of the recently deceased to give an impression of their thoughts before they died. Curiously, the weight of these tall items decreases when heated. Pinkish gemstone. Moonstone. Trying to get hold of Anambra. Before she vanished, Verona said it might have something to do with my patience. It almost slipped my mind, but then I remembered that there's one right here in Strange Antiquities. Eli told me himself he keeps it locked behind ethereal key. Object field. Confusion. Mental fog. See that one. Upside down triangle with a thing through it. Weakness. Produces an optic field when viewed in thermic lens. Pit. There are 3 different elements that make up a pit, allegedly. Earth, sun, and death or darkness. The Dradic, the Dionic, and the Noctic. These energies balance in such a way that objects do not produce a recognizable thermic field. They can be directed to emit powerful vibrations capable of cracking solid rock. That is a lot of paralysis. Blessings. Ecumenical. Bones guard. Opposite of poison. Close to the heart. And it's in this. Suggestibility. Pit. Sun and death. Bird. Gold, clay, bone. bronze. What symbol is this? It's my head sweep. What symbol is that? Hypnosis. Opposite of hypnosis. Spear vault. Receptacle. Oh, a paste made from sulfur. Smell like a rotten egg. Just gonna take a wild guess. Because it said it was lined with sulfur, and it smells like rotten eggs. Stone-like fortnets, but can also be wood. Meanwhile, I don't have any idea what this is. I'm gonna keep this one over here, though. You. I know you from somewhere. I don't remember why, but this shop was important somehow. I'm sorry, I know I'm not making much sense. I haven't been myself. I'll leave you be. Bonnie Robertson? She left? Peter Leland. We found some poor soul washed up on the lake shore. Old lady, by the sounds of it. Drowned. Not the worst of it, her eyes were all black, just like those others. Not taking any chances with the water around here. I'll take a bones guard. I'm afraid I can't pay you, but I can offer a trade if you'll accept it. What the hell is this? Stone. Gold. Wood. Cold. Polished. Nothing to mark. chills my blood to hold it. Ryder was lucky. He made it to Backbow and found refuge there and was nursed back to health. He would later discover his left eye was permanently blackened, like his partner's eyes had been. Is the sun? Sun and moon. To my left the day, to my right the night. Dianic Noctic. It could just be sun and moon. Left the day, right the night. Left day, right night. I find the row of 3 tombs in the upper levels of the catacombs. Cool darkness, a strange calming at times down the ear, and I sit for a while in quiet contemplation. When I rouse from my thoughts, I look down at my feet and find an object there. Had it been there all along? I never noticed it when I sat down. Deception. Gold. Wood. Oak, if I'm not mistaken. Feels a bit warmer than I would expect. Soft tinkling sound when it moves. Well, that's where I'm going to call it here. Thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe, ring that bell. I'll see you all next time in the vault. Peace.